Afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Minute. This is your UK version coming at you. Wanted to bring you up to speed with a discussion I was having with a salty veteran of AMT, Jingbin Li, who's been with us for 3 decades, just about helping us navigate the waters in China and helping a couple hundred companies figure out how to do business over there and sell their products. Obviously, things get to be a little bit trickier with the tariffs and trade issues that have been going on and some of the geopolitical issues. And so we had a discussion. He passed on some great information, which was good for an engaging chat about how people are actually navigating the waters. So I thought I'd share some of that. A lot of it comes back to, and many of you maybe have heard about this, is a China plus one strategy. So this concept of just bailing out of China for most businesses doesn't make a ton of sense because you've got an installed base. You got to service and support it, and it's still a huge market. We talk overall size of the economy. They're about a $13 trillion economy, kind of hard to ignore, especially at their growth rate and the size of their population. So the plus one strategy, actually the Japanese started it some time ago with the disputes they were having with China over the islands, and got to be a few issues. They got to be concerned and figured they better start diversifying themselves. And so the China plus one strategy started coming out. It got to be more and more of an issue from a practicality standpoint for a lot of people. Today, when you start to take a look at rising costs, you've got a maturing economy going on, obviously, in China. Disappearing tax incentives. There was a lot of great reasons and a lot of incentives to bring folks in early on. Obviously, the geopolitical issues we talked about, and even when you start to take a look at the impact of a pandemic like COVID and the impact on the supply chain, and not having a more diversified base. So from an AMT support standpoint, not only do you obviously continue to have quite a base there in China to support the folks that are there and your ongoing needs even as they evolve, also helping out with the plus one. A lot of people are looking to the ASEAN countries, so the Association of Southeast Asian nations, and looking for other low-cost, economies that they can actually move some of their business into, just kind of diversifying their risk. And in that space also is India. And in India, of course, we've got another one of our tech centers in Chennai. We've got a great group there, a great facility. And the Chinese are, take a look from an overall size standpoint. There's 1.353 billion people in India compared to 1.393 in China. So from a size standpoint, fairly similar. And there's going to be a growing middle class there, just like in China. Their GDP has been kind of hovering in the 6 to 8% minus the past quarter that we're all dealing with. But pretty robust in comparison for a huge economy of that size. Well, their economy overall is a little bit under 3 trillion compared to U.S. again at 21 and China around 13 trillion. You got to remember when we all started getting this for my business, my private business back in the day, back in the late 90s. It was getting in while the getting was good to take advantage of the growth in the market. I think it's the same situation now if you take a look at India. Get in with the guys that are at 3 trillion and ride them up till they're 13 trillion. So a lot of good opportunities there. The China plus one strategy makes a ton of sense. It's not get out of China, it's China plus. And the plus one, I think, for a lot of people that want to be in that Southeast Asia area and take advantage of low cost but good education, English speaking, and a facility that we've got that was really excellent with a super staff. You want to talk to our folks about Chennai. So whether you talk to Ed Christopher, talk to our guys, Arun, that's going to run that facility down in Chennai, or some of our members that are already using it, get a hold of us. We'll give you more information about how they can be beneficial. And of course, the master of both territories, knowing a lot about each, Jingbin Li, happy to give you a walkthrough anytime you want to get more information. So hope that helps. Happy to talk to you about it anytime. Have a great evening. We'll catch you again next week.